Jimmy, you're right. It does taste a little salty. This was sent to me by my second husband, Emily. I hope that's okay. The one and only Jimmy FlossTube sent me this cup. The condensation from whatever you have makes her clothes come off, but when she is dry, get it? She has this naughty nurse outfit on. I love it. Jim, you know me so well. You know me so well. Okay. First off, happy Halloween. Oh, so exciting. Now you're like, McKenna, you're not dressing up. But I am. I am the girl in the bar that gets hit on, and unless you're really cute, wait, if you're not cute, then I'm married. But if you are cute, then I'm not married. I don't know what that costume is called, but that's me, okay? So I want to give a shout out to all the husbands that watch me. Either your wives had messaged me that you watch FlossTube when I'm on. I totally appreciate that. Some of you ask if McKenna has put out a new video. I appreciate that. And I was told by a couple people at the Midwest Cross Stitchers retreat, my husband is your biggest fan. So thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, God give love to the husbands for letting you buy all the stuff without divorcing you. Cheers. All right. Speaking of cheers, I got so much to show you guys. Whips and finishes and stuff I bought, and talk about the retreat. And I picked my pieces up from the state fair. We need to bring out Tiki Jesus. So, Tiki Jesus can only hold one ice. No, let's not be stingy. Let's go two. Okay. And so let's just start off. Minnesota cross stitch Midwest retreat. Fabulous. Michelle Rudy knows how to put on a retreat. So if you have not attended one of her retreats, get on the list. Super well organized. The things that we got, swag bag. I'm not going to go through everything. This is where I tell you to go check out Michelle Garrett's video where she talks about all the swag bag things. But hands down, it's always the people. The people make the retreats. I'm not a big fan of Minnesota. It's too cold for me. I lived there for a couple years, and I thought I would never have to step foot in that state again. But for Michelle Rudy, I will do it. I will do it for Farm Girl. So it's totally worth me freezing my ass off for a weekend to spend it with my friends. Definitely. Speaking of friends, Jenny Cakes, Felicity Stitches, found my new drink, Bailey's. So Dirty Shirleys are a thing of the past, and Bailey's is my new jam. This is one of 2 bottles that I bought on the airplane coming back, and it's perfect size for Tiki Jesus. All right, let's leave that there. Look, she's still naked. Somebody help the woman out. She's still naked. All right. So let me see let's go there. I'm gonna make sure I got my cleavage in the shots, because I know that's what the husbands like, and I'm here to please the husbands. Oh my god, you guys, I'm such a mess. Okay, I'm just gonna go Happy Halloween. I already mentioned that? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm just gonna start what's in front of me. It's all gonna be out of order, but I don't care. I had a light next to my stitching spot, but the light went out, and I was kind of disappointed because it was from Costco, so it should have like lasted forever. I think it was probably just a one-off, like bad seed, kind of like some kids. So I got to return that, but going through Costco last week, I decided to go see what new lamps they had, and they have an actual off light. So this was $30. They had another one as well that kind of looked like a funky Dyson piece, because the part of like here was open and it was an actual fan. The fan wasn't like hurricane strength. I didn't like the look of it, so I passed on that one. So this is the one that I got. Executive LED desk lamp. 5 brightness settings, 3 color modes. So it goes from, what are the color modes? Warm white, bright white, natural daylight, and then the brightness on that. I had the light because I was using a little bit of light when I was doing my 46 count piece. And I have a lamp, but it's up high and doesn't give out a ton of light. So sometimes I just wanted a little bit of light, so that's why I also purchased one. And then with the USB, I can plug in my phone and charge it, and don't have to worry about that. So here is what it looks like. So easy enough that if I would need to travel with it, I could. So up and over, and this has a crazy amount of flexibility, the lighting, and it looks like a pebbled leather. It's actually really, really cool. It has like a pebbled leather effect, and then the like leather stitching along the edge there. It also, when it's plugged in, it shows the date, the time. It's also an alarm. And it gives what the ambient temperature is. So I found that like hilarious. All the buttons are along the back. Just these 4. So I absolutely love this. Love it. Good deal for $30. Okay. Next. So if you guys remember this turquoise teal shelf thing I found for $8 at a thrift store. I was looking for one. Love the color. I love that it sits on my desk. The framing to hang it wasn't the best, so the most ideal. There's holes on the back, but Joe would have probably had to make them bigger, and I was afraid it would split the wood. So I love that I can just have it sitting here. I've included some stitched pieces that have been gifted to me. I've thrifted vintage spools. Here is a frog, metal frog that I found at the thrift store as well. So I picked that up, and then the scissors I have in are most likely scissors that my great aunt used, so my grandfather, his sister, or my grandpa's mom, the ones from Italy. So I set those there because I definitely don't want to use them. So yeah, absolutely love that. And then there's also kind of a shelf along the top. So I put my strawberry fields. Another stitch piece was given to me. And then the hotel in Minnesota, you also get snacks during breakfast and lunch to dinner. And that includes drinks as well. I went by the refrigerator and they had Michael Jackson Pepsi cups. I grabbed one, dumped it out, cleaned it, and brought it home. So MJ is on my shelf. And Joe, not too long ago, hung Virtue for me. And I absolutely love it. The walls you can see in our house are pretty tall. So since I'm running out of wall space, I need to go up. And I love this, that I can see it. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it so much. I brought my other pieces. Let's talk about the fair. Went last Friday and picked up my 4 fair pieces. I had Joe come with me because there was no way I could carry all 4. So they didn't want to release them. They're like, well, we're not supposed to release them until after the fair is done. My excuse, I said, I'm leaving for out of the country. In a couple days, I won't be here for pickup day, and I don't have anyone that is available to come and pick them up that I trust. So I basically just handed her the slips, and I was very forward, and I was like, last year I went out of town at the same time. I'll write my name on them with my phone number. I know you guys match them up at the end of the process. Any questions? Here's my number. I pulled out a pen, started writing. I think she was just, I don't know, shocked that I was so forward and was like, oh, okay, I understand. So I was like, come on, I'll show you what I want. I had Joe pick them, gave them to her. She didn't say anything, and we left. So if you remember, eternal sleep, the clock, 0, no ribbons, 0. Which pissed me off because I'm going to show you here. You ready to see what beat me out? Here it is. A freaking ass picnic basket with stitching on top. Really? Wrappers. I mean, I understand. It has beads. It had all kinds of specialty stitches. Ugh. We went and found it at the Coliseum. And Joe's like, I don't think it's here. Maybe it's at the main building. And I said, nope, they said that it was here, and it was in the back by the quilts underclass. The other best in show was a needlepoint. Okay, I don't do needlepoint, so I can't be upset. It was gorgeous. But this damn picnic basket with the stuff beat my ass. Oh, so Joe's like, you just need to go funkier next year. Look, I'll go as funky as people want. Okay? Like, don't tell me to go funky because I will. I'll go crazy. So now I got to step my game up. Stitching it being framed is not going to cut it. So I don't know. I have my, oh God, you guys, I can't. I'm done. Okay, I digress. Matters choice. Carriage House samplings. 0. Nothing. Nada. No honorable. No pat on the back. No FU. No nothing. Which last year everyone got like a participation award. Not this year. There were no participation ribbons, which is totally fine. And I've said this before. It's like just because kids are on like a soccer team, everyone should get an award. No, because there's some shitty kids on a soccer team that don't deserve getting an award. Okay? That's not how society should be bringing up kids. Like, you don't get acknowledged for everything you do. So I actually like that I wasn't given any sort of ribbons. But yeah, matters choice. See, Trisha, this is what it looks like when you're all done. Trisha's working on this. I know Abby just finished hers. You guys, I thought this was a Sal. So did I finish it too soon or are you guys too slow? I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, love this. And so back to Virtue. Virtue. Beep. Got honorable mention. It's okay. I'll take it. This is borderline participation award, like what Nightmare won last year. Remember that? Remember that whole ordeal? Guess what? I got it again twice. It's okay. It's okay. Next year. Still pissed though. Still sour. All right. Then my Good Intentions, Kathy Barrick, which I framed up myself. Now this, I would, I don't know. I think you could disagree with me down below. Do you think what won Best in Show, the stitching on the basket, is better than this? Now, her stitching with the beads and the specialty stitches probably won me out. Okay? Yes, it probably won me out. And that's probably why they gave it to the picnic basket. This in the picnic basket, less than 12 inches, so we were in the same boat. And I think that's why they gave me first place. So this was my winner. This was my good one. I need to be happy that at least I got a first place, because I would have been really salty if this would have gotten an honorable mention or nothing. And I love this. I know in my clip when I dropped all this stuff off, Ayrton had said that this was his favorite. And I even said, watch this gets bigger accolades than Virtue. Friggin' happened again. But yeah, got my blue ribbon. So always next year. So you guys know what that means. Watch Instagram for the yearly photo. Send these here just to remind myself. Tiki Jesus. All right. A couple things that I got. We'll go back to the Midwest Stitcher's retreat. Because there were things that I got. Not swag bag. You're welcome for the ass shot. You can send me $2 that Michelle didn't show that I will. So huge ass freebie table. Here is a piece of fancy dyed fabrics, Joblin 28 count, huge massive piece. Love this. Love this. And if I don't find anything for it, then it'll just also be a good giveaway item. And Die Stitch Love. They're out of business, I believe. If I remember Garrette talking about them. This is a fat quarter, 32. It was a fabric of the month. You guys, hibiscus. Yes, it is that freaking bright. Look at that. I could go outside and like, guys, look, I could make like a dress with this. I freaking love it. I know I showed Mindy and Jenny Cakes, Cheryl, Michelle. I'm gonna cut these threads. And they're like, holy shit, that's bright. But it's totally you at the same time. So I think it's gorgeous. So this is hibiscus. There, you know, you can see that there's modeling. I freaking love this. Don't know what I would stitch on it as is, but I would dye it with like maybe some gray Rit and see what would happen. I don't know. I saw that though and I was like, yes. Totally not me, but me at the same time. As part of the retreat, we got gifts from Michelle, everyone. You either got a shaker box or a basket. Michelle BS, I call her BS, got the basket. And I chose a box. This is a LaHaye's box. I had to have Michelle explain it to me, Farm Girl. They're all handmade. Absolutely gorgeous. You can kind of see it's this tealy, greenish color. I love it. And yeah, I have some gifts in here. Some handmade thread drops from the one and only Mavis, which I love. Which I don't use thread drops, but I will use these on smaller projects where maybe it's, you know, 5 colors. Then this is where I would totally use them. Cat ballerina needle minder. Cat ballerina needle minder. Jenny Cakes. Saw this at Joann's. And she doctored it up a little bit. Gave her a unibrow, and it's Frida. So, Jenny Cakes, she's going on my shelf. So I can always see it. And then also gifted Marlene, yes. These are the needle cases with the magnet in them. So when you pour them out, they are still attached to the magnet. I love these. So I also received a bag from Trini. Thank you so much. It was her husband's birthday while we were there. So I got her massive wife points and wife of the year award by sending the husband a birthday wish. Because that's just the type of person I am. Okay. Let's go through the bag and see what there is to show you. Michelle's already thrown that. There were a ton of shepherd's bush kits. Not my style, but guess what? They were full kits, so I snagged the fabric out of them. Let's see here. The freebies. This is the only chart that I bought from Stitchville. A Happy Halloween from Carriage House Samplings. Look for this up on my Amazon store, Sincere Stitches. Then there were door prizes. And what was funny, because people were going, I was one of the last people to finally get picked to go pick a door prize. All these wonderful gifts lined up on tables in a separate room. Michelle would call our name. We'd get up, go across the hall. And you were seeing people bring back these amazing gifts, bags and charts and thread packs and fabric and stacks of charts. So I was like, crap, like, I'm getting nervous that there's not going to be anything left. And BS came up to me and said, no, there's something in there for you. Hopefully no one picks it. She got picked, came back, and she chose a donut, like, accessory bag. Now, I'm pretty sure no one picked it because they thought they saw donuts and instantly thought of Michelle. So, hey, let's leave it for Michelle. I think that's what happened. A few people told me that for this chart that I got. This chart is on my oops list. But then talking to Jessica, Schoolhouse Stitcher, I guess I could have just hit you up for it. Prairie Moon, to follow you, I am not content. Boom! So this is what I chose. I started on one end and looking at things, and then I looked down the table and I saw this and just like went for it. Just went for it. I cut off all kinds of people for it. I don't care. So I'm so excited that I got this. What else? Tiki Jesus. Tiki. Running a little low. I'm just going to go in any order. You guys, in Minnesota, you saw me wear this. I got this thrifting. I wore it in Minnesota. It's not Joe's fault because I would have washed it the same exact way. The colors bled, you guys, on this. You guys, I'm so upset. The colors bled on it. Now, huge F up on my part because it's 100% silk. That's where I effed it up. So, the dye, I mean, the bleeding is all over this piece. It's all over. I rarely dry clean items. If I take this to a dry cleaner now that I've washed it, it was not dried. I had it air dry. Could they do anything to get this bleeding out? Or is it a lost cause? Let me know down below. I mean, it doesn't even have that softness to it like it did. It's, I don't know. I probably totally effed it up. It was my fault that I didn't pull it and go have it dry clean. But let me know if there's any use in saving it or if it's a DOA. Let me know. So, received amazing gifts at the retreat, whether it be the needle holders, needle minders that people had picked up because they thought of me. This, though, is the most amazing. Angie Bumby Stitcher. I'm going to link her channel down below. Is showed in one of her videos some blankets her mother-in-law had crocheted. Is this crochet knit? I had mentioned that, you know, never thought of it. Hey, love the bright colorful one in the back. And so at the retreat, I was cold, and Angie said, hey, let me know when you're cold. I'll help you out. And I said, okay. So one night I said, okay, I'm going to go up, change into PJs. She's like, are you cold? And I said, yes. And she said, come over here and close your eyes. And I'm like, no. I've heard that one before. And everyone started laughing. And she's like, sit here, close your eyes, put your hand out. And I'm like, no, I've definitely heard that one before. You're not going to get me on that twice. It happened once. Okay, don't tell Joe. So she put this around me, and I kind of had an inkling. I mean, I felt that it was a blanket, and it kind of popped into my head for like half of a second, but it wasn't until I opened my eyes and saw what she had draped around me when I totally lost it. So she had told Dave, her husband's mom, that I had made a comment about this, and Dave's mom said, take it to her. You guys, look how gorgeous this is. The colors are bright and vibrant, and the design is totally amazing. And this kept me warm all weekend in Minnesota. So Angie, I cannot thank you enough for so much. I've had it here in my room. I think I'm just gonna have it draped over my chair here, and the times that it does get cold in here, I'm gonna definitely wrap up in it and think of you, but most importantly, your mother-in-law. So thank you so much. I love this. I got 2 finishes done in Minnesota. I had taken cat hair. I had taken 3 projects to take. 2 of which were smalls, which I got done, and then a new start. So I finished Haunted Hill House. This is Homespun Elegance. And I know it was like black, and then 900 is the orange. And I used Color and Cotton Inkwell as a substitute. I just sometimes think black can be a little too stark. First time using Color and Cotton. No, that's not true. But on this big of a piece, and I absolutely love it. Love the coverage. And this pattern went to Mindy. So yeah, I think it's super cool. You're asking, Kenna, you don't have it framed up. I don't have a frame that I love enough to put this in. So, and I might burn it. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I also may put a charm here. It does ask for a charm in the chart. And I have a little coffin charm. Ashley, remember you gave it to me when we first met, and it opens up and there's a skeleton inside. I'm thinking of, if it's the right size, to attach it right there. So it's not a shot, but it's still alcohol. Okay, so I got that. Besides, I did a lot of drinking this past weekend with Bailey. See, Bailey and I feel like I can drink a lot more Baileys than like a vodka, like my Shirley vodkas, Dirty Shirley's. Obviously, I think the alcohol content is less, and they don't give you like a huge ass cup with Baileys. I mean, it's a short. So probably I had like 5 or 6 Baileys. Got a little buzzed. I was still good. Still was able to drive and all that stuff. Crashed at a house. It was all good. Second finish. This is Snow Flower Diaries. She is on Etsy. This is Theodora. Love it. This is on Blue Spruce. 2/2. Get a little cat hair. And let me see. I love it. Just the cuteness of it. I love her nose, her whole look. Very just simple. Over on this side, she actually had a cat like peeking out from, and I can see, I might have to add it in, peeking out from behind her hat, which now I'm looking at it, this is its tail. Crappers. Be frogging that out. So I have to frog this little section out. But she had a cat peeking behind her hat, and I was going to rechart it to look like Irwin, but I decided not to. So, okay, so that's the tail part that I need to frog out. That's fine. That'll take like 2 seconds. Thanks, Jesus. What did I start? My new start. It's in my Jenny Cakes bag. I started it the night before, just so I had a good reference part to start, because I knew I'd probably stitch on the plane. So, Bubble. That's what it looks like. This is from Good Florist Stitchward on Etsy. I'll link the store below. So many great patterns. And am I using called for? Called for colors. There's 6 of them. Very fallish. Where are they? Very fallish colors. And this is where Michael and I are at. Hi, Michael. So yeah, I love it so far. I put the fire in a couple nights ago, and I love that. I love the hand. She has like some like green nail polish going on. So I ran out of the dark color, the $37.99, so I had to stop because I didn't want to count. So I I found some $37.99 in my stash. So now I can get back to it. But yeah, I love this. And this is 2/2, I think, on 32. I wanted it smaller, just to fit into the hoop. So all right. Let's put him down below. Now, we all in the stitching community have a core group of friends, right? So, God, she's all, guys, look, she's still going naked. Jim, she's left a big mess over here. I gotta clean up after her. Jim. She's making a mess over here, Jim. Dry her off. Should have sounded like paper towels or something along with it. So everybody has like their core group of friends that they either talk to daily or what I have a private message group on Facebook, and we kind of throw shit at each other every day. I'm not going to say who's in the group, but you guys are my girls. I love each and every one of you. You know, we share the good, bad, and the ugly. We enable each other. Diamond painting. And this piece in particular, I threw out there and I said, I want to be done with it. I got the idea walking around Stitchville thinking, you know, I have these things I want to start and finish. A lot of that kind of brewing started from BS talking about how, but mostly, let's go back, Jessie Marie. In one of her last videos, she talked about no new starts in the first half of 2019. I'm totally on board. I think that's totally awesome. I think I only have about 7 or 8 whips, but I would like to dedicate a lot more time. I'm already thinking about the fair. I think Hawk Run Hollow, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow would be a fabulous piece to enter. I want to finish Now and Then. So there are pieces that I want to get done, and they're BAPs. I want to move them out. So I was kind of making a list in my head of what whips I have. This one was at the very bottom. So do I adopt it out, frame it as is like I did for Dragons of Sumatra, or do I just suck it up and finish it? What am I talking about? Beasties. I hear the oohs already. Yes, Beasties is a no-go. Do I love it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's totally me. Look, Jim's in there too. Okay, with this long dick. Look at this, you guys. It's so long. It curls. It has like 3 hands. Look, it has like fingers at the end. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to ask Jim. So I love this. But there's charts in my stash that I want to get to and stitch on, and that is okay. I'm not going to feel guilty, even though I'm more than halfway done with this, to be like, I'm over it, okay? And you shouldn't either. You stitch on what you want. Don't feel guilty. It's just a goddamn piece of fabric and thread, okay? So I laid it out for the girls, took a photo. I'm going to insert a photo. Don't mind the frame. The frame is what I want to use, not that color. I'm going to insert a photo of where I was at, saying to the girls, do I finish it up, leave it as is? Here it is. So I decided to add in a couple threads every day. Diana gave me that idea, and I put in a couple of threads, and I totally got obsessed with it. Totally got obsessed with it. Why didn't I work on more of it last night? Because I totally ran out of the DMC color. It didn't have any. 535, so I need to get another skein of that. I am stitching this on Color Cascade fabrics. Danielle gifted me this fabric, Wicked Garden. It's 32 count Jobelin 2/2. Now, you remember where I was at? This is where I'm at now. So, I got the rest of the whole outline done, filled in his foot, some of his little spikes, his face, here's his eye. So I have this to fill in here, okay? And then it's going to be a tight squeeze because I want to use that frame that you guys saw, paint it a different color, distress it. So, actually I didn't even need to stitch that. What does that belong to? Oh, he's going after a bird. So I gotta actually frog. So look, the crocodile is going after this bird here. And I already stitched in a couple of lines. So I need to take out this little section here and this. And then I want to finish off the bottom jaw of the frog. And then figure out how much of Jim's leg that I need to do. I think I need to do the rest of this leg up here. Yeah, I do. But yeah, I want to kind of do it from like there up. No kangaroo. Kind of just finish off his leg and the crocodile and then frame it up. So, knowing that I don't have much left has totally re-inspired me. Michael's there, so what's not to love? But yeah, this, not finishing all the way. And guess what? It's okay, all right? No stitchy Nazis. It's fine. You don't like it? Guess what? Don't stitch the border. Guess what? Do it in a different color. Take parts out. Add parts. Break it up. It's your chart. It's not that difficult. Okay, great. I see my list here. I got like halfway through Dark October stitching. Remember, I was doing my wheel. So I stopped on the 15th. I had spun for Minnesota what to take. And that brought up Bubble Bubble. So I used that as the new chart, but I have not been spinning my wheel every 3 days since then. So, first, the 6th, and the 15th, I spun Theodora. So I'm glad she's done. On the 12th, I got Minerva. That was a new start. On the 9th, I was able to work on HRH. And on the 3rd, I was able to work on Now and Then. So I'm happy I got a new start and got it finished. Minerva is small, so that'll be another little finish that I can bust out when I want to go back to her. Let me see if that is ill. Let me pull some thrift store gift things for you guys. I worked a little bit on Opus last night when I ran out of thread for Beasties. Not enough to show any sort of crazy amount. Also in Minnesota, talking to a beautiful friend of mine, Miss Marcy. Her and her husband had a house fire earlier this year. Luckily, it did not take the house completely. It was, they had no actual fire damage in the sense of like a fire to the house. It was more smoke damage. But working for the fire department, I can tell you smoke damage, it's sometimes a hell of a lot worse than actual fire damage because it seeps into everything and it's really, really difficult, if not impossible, to get it out of clothing items, walls. Basically, they have to take you down to like the studs of your house and then clean the actual studs. So that was the thing I didn't like about going on house fires. I loved seeing the destruction. Didn't like seeing then having to interact with these people because it was absolutely heart-wrenching. But the destruction in the sense of what fire can do to a house in a very, very short amount of time, especially if you have accelerants like a hoarding situation, you're giving fuel to that fire. So a lot of them that I went to, these people were hoarders, and that made the firefighter's job a whole of a lot harder to get into the house to find the spot where it was burning. So Marcy was going through the process of getting some of her pieces clean, her stitching, and she brought a huge stack, put them on the brag table, and it kind of just came to me as we were talking, and I said, you need to get these done. Let's go through them. You give me some. You're coming to my retreat in April. I'll have them ready for you. So apparently I don't have enough on my plate. So now I'm a finisher on the side. I don't want to go into I don't know, it's not business. Don't inquire for me to start finishing your items. I don't know, maybe if I can figure out some good way to do it. I'm going to be like the ghetto Vana, okay? I'm not going to like do flat folds. This is going to be all simple thrift store found items. So the pieces that Marcy gave me, I might just jack some and then be like, oh yeah, I don't know where that one went. So here's one that she gave to me. I'm thinking open frame on this. Again, I'll have to talk to Marcy. Does she want open frame? Everything. But I think open frame because of the buttons. What's this? Under the Prairie Moon. It's another one she gave me. Like a schoolhouse. I love it on the gingham. This one, thinking of burning. I gotta figure out some stuff. This one, when I saw, and she agreed to burn it. But then this one also works really well as a burning because it has that very primitive look, but it's not overly primitive. But that one's super cute too. And I belong to a cross stitch nation. So I'm excited, yet scared shitless because somebody gave me their cross stitch pieces to finish. But I'm like super pumped. coming back from the retreat, I was not only inspired by Stitchers, got some fabulous ideas for my retreat in April, and then kind of like, okay, when you're at the thrift store, look for finishing ideas for somebody else's pieces. So, Marcy, these are in good, safe hands, and we'll be in contact. And as I finish those, I'll be sure to show you guys. Now, do those require a shot when they're finished? That's like a half a shot, but we'll figure it out. Thrift store skirt, just craziness, and it's great because it's got elastic. I just love how wild it is. So, I mean, I guess I could wear it in the fall, but I think it's more spring, summer-esque. Here was the bag that Trini made for me. Super, super cute. Donna and Shauna stitching in Doodah, my two favorite non-lesbians. I'll link their channel down below. I won Donna's fabric giveaway. You guys, look at this. Freaking love it. I'm gonna have to find something good because it's on Ada. So I'm gonna have to find something freaking awesome. But I love this. This is amazing. This color and the variegation or the overdye on it. Jesus. Oh, Jesus is running dry. Has a friend. You want to meet his friend? He's a monk. Getting all religious up in here. Friar. What's that say? Friar something monk mug. Made in Italy. It was $8. Show you the bottom. It was $8. I don't know. He's pretty freaking fabulous though. Italy, because he's from Italy, he totally got me on that. But someone like totally used him. I don't know if this is like coffee. Does he fit in my shelf? Oh, he fits in my shelf. Done. I'm gonna clean him up. So this is my monk mug. He's looking at you. My monk mug. And Tiki Jesus. They're friends. Refinishes. I stitched this, early last year? When did I stitch this? February 2017. This is Afternoon in Rome by Country Cottage Needleworks. I had this in a black frame, and it was in my kitchen, and it kept slipping because we just had it leaned up against the backsplash. But then I was just like, there was too much fabric like up above the piece and down below. You know, because these are not all that high and long, that's what she said, kind of difficult to find frames like that. And I looked and couldn't find anything. And I finally came across this one and decided I needed to make it work somehow. So the black insert I can't take out. It's part of the frame. The blue polka dot fabric, I actually sprayed adhesive onto the actual back of this. and then frayed the edges all the way around, pulled the threads, and just did a couple sprayed adhesive on this and put it on the fabric. There we go. So I love this so much more now. And this will be going back in my kitchen, or I'm going to hang it up in my pantry. And you're like, girl, hang it up in your pantry. Yeah, I could Airbnb rent out my pantry and have someone stay in it. It's freaking ridiculous. So I already have the skeleton mosaic piece that I stitched from Works by ABC. So maybe I'm going to start like a stitching like collage wall in the pantry, and just going to be like, what the fuck? No, sorry, Joe. All right, Tiki's dry. You know who's not dry? This pretty girl. She's not dry. She's wet. Oh, okay. Newest obsession. Can we talk about this? I wanted to do it. I was interested in it. It looked exciting. A lot of people were doing it. Mindy does it. Gerald does it. Danielle does it. BS and I were interested. So Mindy, Gerald, Bendy, and I all got together and did it together. I'm happy we did it all together. Michelle and I really didn't know what we were doing, so I'm happy we had some teachers there to guide us. Because it being our first time, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what was going to happen. Were we going to love it? Were we going to hate it? We didn't know what the expectations were. Were there expectations? But at the end of it, after we did it the first time, we're like, DP is for us. You guys, if you haven't tried it, you need to, okay? Like, before we talk about this, let's go back. So, Minnesota retreat, the after party, the four of us went back to Mindy's house. Michelle and I didn't have anywhere to stay Sunday night. No hotel room. We had no idea where we were gonna sleep. Were we gonna have to like cuddle together on the streets of Minnesota? Would I have to like find a corner and like try to make a couple bucks so her and I could get a hotel room together? Like, I don't know. Like, we had our plans. Like, she was going to be the pimp and I was going to be the prostitute, and I was okay with that. So, take one for the team. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Went back to Mindy's place, and Michelle had been given a diamond painting at the retreat. Now, she hadn't figured out how she was going to take it home. So when we got to Mindy's, she had brought it in, and I'm like, what are you going to do with that? Because I knew she was tight on space. And I'm like, why don't we pull it out? Let's see what the hubbub is about. Let's do it. We're here for like the next 24 hours at the after party. So we set it all up. Mindy and Gerald were great teachers, giving us ideas. If you follow Michelle and I, Michelle had recorded putting down the first diamond, she lost her shit. She handed me the pen. I lost my shit. Then what did we end up doing from 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we put in the first diamond till 2 a.m.? We diamond painted because we lost our shit. You guys, now, I've already gotten messages that, oh, we're losing another cross stitcher. No, cross stitching and diamond painting are two completely different hobbies. Am I not allowed to have two different hobbies? Are we not all allowed? Can Danielle not have two different hobbies? She has a lot of hobbies. Guess what? I have, freaking knows. I have my cross stitching hobby, and now I have diamond painting hobby. Guess what? If I want to put in basket weaving as my next hobby, then am I going to get shit for cross stitching and diamond painting? They're two completely different hobbies. You can have more than one hobby. People have lots of hobbies, okay? Joe has the boating hobby, his motorcycle hobby. Completely different. He's allowed to have them, okay? So you'll get shit all the time, and I was already blown away that I got shit or got comments. They might have not been mean intentionally, but just getting them irked me. Because I'm always going to have that passion. Why should I even have to question it? I shouldn't even have to, like, question myself or not question myself, but explain myself. I can have two freaking hobbies. So, Michelle and I lost our shit. We got freaking sucked in, and our asses were at Mindy's counter from 4 to 2. Mindy had to take Gerald to the airport. Mindy calls Michelle. Michelle and I are where's the pen? Oh, right here. Duh. Michelle and I are diamond painting, and Mindy's like, what do you want to do for dinner? We're like, something simple. She was on speakerphone. We're like, something simple. Well, do you want to go somewhere? No. Let's just do take in, order out. And Mindy's like losing it because she hears how crazy Michelle and I are, and we're like dying laughing. Well, we're like, whatever you suggest. You want to do pizza? Pizza's fine. It's the easiest. Because I can hold the pizza and still diamond paint. Or I can hold the pizza for Michelle and still diamond paint. I mean, we were dying laughing. Almost peed our pants. Almost. Maybe we did. So, got pizza. And then I was feeling a little buzzed because Mindy busted out the Baileys. And so then I embarrassed the pizza delivery guy because I yelled in the house to Mindy at the door if he was cute. So either Mindy, you're going to get pizza now for free forever, or he'll never deliver to your place ever again. You're welcome. So Mindy diamond painted too. Oh my God. Got a crap ton done from working from 4 to 2 a.m. Like we didn't even want to get up and go pee because that would be taking away time from diamond painting. We didn't even want to like reach over and take a drink of our water or whatever because that would be taking away time from diamond painting. So when we finally went to bed a little bit after 2, I told Michelle, I was like, don't you dare start DPing in the morning. I'm calling it DP. Okay, why DP? Does people know what that is, or do I need to explain it? I feel like some people need to be educated. So DP is slang for double penetration. If you watch some of Danielle's early videos, she wasn't aware of that. Someone informed her, and now she cannot call it DP without losing her shit. I am proud to be a DPer. So woke up and came downstairs, and Michelle's like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do any painting this morning, and basically went over and got back into our positions of diamond painting. We didn't want to take a shower. We didn't want to pack up. The Uber driver was like 30 minutes out, and we contemplated pulling it back out and diamond paint more. We were sick. We were sick with it. So, we got even swag bags at Mindy's house. We each got a diamond painting kit. Michelle got some chapstick. It was wonderful. This is the diamond painting kit that I decided to take. This is called Night Sky. It's supposed to be 2 people, which I can see maybe him kneeling, like proposing. I look at it and just see like a galaxy. So they're supposed to be like on a beach, but if you look it up, Night Sky, you can kind of tell. But to me, it looks like a galaxy, and I kind of like that about it. This frame I already had in my stash. I don't know what size this is. I did this all in like 4 days. Now this was bigger. I cut off a good amount on the side, probably about this. So what? About 2 inches I probably cut off on the side, and then some along the bottom. Because I wanted it to fit in this frame. So I decided, what the hell, I'm just going to cut it down. Only I will know, and now you guys know. So yeah, same thing. This backing, I put the inside part on top. I used a box cutter and made sure I cut along the same exact row. So when you look at it nice and close, the diamonds line up along the side perfectly. Don't have glass on this. I just think it kind of loses the look of it. I might with like the acrylic glass that Danielle talks about. But again, when I frame these up, I think I kind of like the no glass look. So, and I'm not worried about dust or anything. I pulled up a lot of hair and stuff by just doing a lint roller over it. I smashed them all in place by using a rolling pin. And I got a little piece there. I haven't had any come up or any issues. So, you guys see them? There we go. So yeah, just cut it down. And now the canvas, if you've seen, are very flimsy, right? And you can see that so what I did when I got it cut down, so it matched this perfectly, because I used the black part as a stencil. This already happened to it. I had to figure out some way to make the canvas not a little more rigid. So when I put it in here with the black, it was still like sagging. It wasn't pulled tight. So my ingenious idea, and I'll show you, so in case you guys are interested, 3M general purpose spray adhesive. Okay. It's low, no staining mist, bonds in minutes. I don't remember what I originally bought this for. But this is what I use to hold down the blue polka dot fabric to the black of this piece. And then I also used this and did a couple light sprays on the stitched piece and just bonded it straight to it. I don't know if it's like acid free, all that bullshit. I don't get crazy about that. So, use this, sprayed it on the inside of the black, press this against it, boom, done. Awesome. So, if I take this out, you will see. Or actually, no, I did it. Never mind. It wasn't on the black thing. I attached it to the glass. That's what I'm like, what did I do with the glass? So this glass, I sprayed this on the glass and set the diamond painting on it to give it some sort of stability. Put the framing back up. You don't have to like wait for it to dry. I just smoothed it down. You know, obviously you don't need to go, you don't have to use a lot. You don't have to like go corner by corner. Use the rolling pin and threw it in, and this is where I'm at, and I love it. Love it. I took a closer up photo. I took a little video outside to show the sparkle of it. So yeah, I absolutely love this. And now that I showed it, I can figure out somewhere to put it. So yeah. The kits you can find on Amazon. I have already ordered 3. So I will show you those when I receive them. I ordered one off of, was it 2? One from Stitches to Stone. I can find a photo. It's called Vintage Petals. I'll insert a picture here. I guess it's technically considered a Hade because I have already been emailed the chart. And it's like a Hade, you know, it's like a Hade. And here are all the colors. That sheet, this sheet. It's 190 bags total. This size, when it's done, will be about 16 by 16. I have no problem, again, cutting it down if I find a perfect frame that's not quite that size. So, Vintage Petals. The canvas, I got an email earlier in the week or over the weekend that it's going to take about 4 weeks for the canvas. Now the canvas is blank, so I'm not following any pattern. So on this, you know, it would have the symbols all over and you match up the symbols with whatever the color was. This is not. So I have to start in the corner and work from the corner out because obviously you can't find the middle. So I kind of like that I will be developing it as I'm diamond painting it. Just kind of, it makes you think a little more. So I kind of love the blank canvas idea. So that one is coming. I also ordered one from Amazon the other night because I needed my fix. I need something. I'm missing my diamond painting. So I found one on Amazon and it will be arriving tomorrow. Here's a photo of that. It is a tapestry from William Morris. There's that one plus 2 others on Amazon if you are interested. And the other one I ordered is definitely So Me. I ordered it from AliExpress. Not sure what store. Here's a picture of that. So both the blank canvas and that one from AliExpress have already shipped. And then the tapestry one should be here tomorrow. The only ones on Amazon, make sure like you do the filter. If you have Prime, check your Prime box. and then also make sure that they're in stock. So that's why I'm able to get mine 48 hours after placing the order. So yeah, freaking excited about those. I'll just be doing one at a time. That's what I say now, but who knows? Maybe once the vintage pedals show up, I'll be like, all right, putting the tapestry one away. But the tapestry one is so interesting and complex that it might. I don't see having multiple going on. I think that that's just too much. And I'm going to be doing this at our kitchen table, which we don't eat at, the dinette. That light, holy crap. And that's kind of where that's fine if I overtake that for, however long. So, I think that is it. I don't think I have anything else to share. Make sure if you are interested to join Attic Needlework Last Chance, still getting questions, and I've totally revamped the rules. Automatic checkout. Every 2 weeks, you need to supply me or the store with all of your information, or your order will be canceled. And I had quite a few of those this past week. If you are not part of the group and want to join, look it up, request, and make sure you answer the question. I have about 9 or 10 people waiting to be submitted into the group, but I'm not going to do it unless they answer the question, because if you haven't answered a question or seen it, then you're not paying attention. And I don't have time for people that don't pay attention, because I already have enough people in the group that don't pay attention to rules and how it goes. And I'm running this solely by myself. 2,300 people. I upload all the photos by myself, all the descriptions. I pull all the charts. I keep everything organized. I invoice stuff on my end, take it down to the shop. So I've tried to put it in the clearest terms as possible, but obviously that is even difficult for some people. But yeah, join the group. I have all kinds of items for sale, broken down into albums with designers. I have fabric, I have thread, so go and check that out. Follow me on Instagram at Stitching in Sequins. Everyone that I talked about today, I will post down below. I hope you guys have a fabulous and safe Halloween. Don't need too much candy. I think Bailey and I will be walking around this evening. And until next time, thank you guys so much. Bye.